Ladies and gentlemen, our next lot is number 751.
How much am I bid for item 751? 751. Nothing. No bids for item 751.
$1.
I have a buck. I have $1, $1 there. $1, $1, $1. Do I have two? $2. Sold for $1.
Cool. What'd I buy?
35 Industry Way.
What's going on, guys? Ryan Martello here at the Crypto Fiend Studios, bringing you guys the hottest, the latest, and everything crypto-related news. Today, we're going to be discussing the market. I know a lot of you guys are panicking. You see the market dropping greatly, and you don't know why. Well, I'm going to do my best to answer your questions, as well as discuss what we could experience in the next couple days. So, the market is dropping pretty drastically. The majority of everything is in the double digits right now when it comes to negative losses. There's a couple things that factor into why this can happen, and I've tend to notice when these types of events happen, we always experience a little dip in the market just because, you know, FUD is terrible. So the first thing I have for you guys is South Korea. The Upbit exchange over in South Korea was raided yesterday. The main reasoning for this is that the police have suspicion to believe that funds were being traded between executives, which would mean they're avoiding, you know, taxes, all that sort of stuff, which is a big deal. Now, there's no proof as of right now. It's all speculation in this article of what's going on with Upbit. So this is something that could definitely play into the overall FUD right now in the market of why we're having this little dip. But the main reasoning why I don't fully believe that's the reasoning behind why we're experiencing this dip. If we go over to Bitcoin and we go to the markets, we could see that Upbit is still trading fine as usual. Rank number 5, price $8,747, higher than Bitfinex right now. So this is my belief that, okay, this isn't really affecting the market that much, especially that specific exchange. So there has to be something else. So the other thing I found for you guys is 8,200 Bitcoin moved from Mt. Gox wallets, and possible sell-off affected the Bitcoin price and the overall market. There was suspicion that yesterday 8,000 Bitcoin was transferred amongst about 4 wallets, and a handful were sold off, 2,000 Bitcoin at a time, distributed amongst wallets. So this could be a reasoning why we are experiencing this dip. Mt. Gox trustee moved around 2,000 Bitcoins each, sending over 8,000 Bitcoins in total in the past 24 hours. And here is the screenshot of one of the transactions. So this can definitely play into the role of this dip in cryptocurrencies. Now, another thing that can overall simply be happening in the market is we are experiencing a new trend in Bitcoin. We did start a new trend yesterday as well for Bitcoin, a downward bearish trend. As you can see from the movement right now, we are going downward. Now, this is not the thing we always want to see, but you always have to go down to go back up to further highs. So we did start a new trend recently. So this could also be a factor why we are experiencing this dip. Really, it could be really just all three correlations lining up like the stars, and we are experiencing this dip we're experiencing. So hopefully we can keep these levels around 380 billion and we don't continue to drop throughout the day. Personally, for me, I am not moving anything in my portfolio. There's just no reason to. We've experienced worse dips than this, so I'm not going to just give in and sell my positions now. Personally, for me, if this dip does continue, if we get to that $350 billion range, I personally think that would be an excellent time to consider making some positions in these cryptocurrencies with your fiat currencies. Because right now we have a couple pretty impressive rates. We have EOS around $15 right now, down about $4 from its all-time highs. We have Tron. Where's Tron? We have Tron around 6.5 cents. The new red logo keeps messing with my head. I keep looking over it. 6.5 cents. That's a very interesting buying point. We have Neo around $63. These are some very interesting buying points right now for a lot of these cryptocurrencies. So this is also something to keep an eye on. If you have that extra fiat, you were thinking of investing, trying to determine when to invest, this most likely would be an excellent opportunity to jump into some of these cryptocurrencies while everyone else is pulling out. So those are the main reasonings why we are experiencing this dip. Now, what we could experience in the next week or so is a phenomenal run up. I talked about it in my last video. We do have the cryptocurrency consensus conference in Manhattan, New York next week from May 14th through the 16th. And there's a lot of speculation that that is going to drive massive funds into cryptocurrency. Tom Lee actually came out and said that he believes we could ride up to 70% in Bitcoin specifically, not the overall market, but Bitcoin specifically in this week or directly after the cryptocurrency consensus. His main belief in this is that every year after this meetup, we have a huge spike price. Let me zoom in on the page so you guys can see these charts. As you can see, this was back in 2015. Right here, this is this red line. This is where the meeting occurred, and directly after we had this beautiful run up. 2016, directly after this red line, we had this beautiful run up. Right here, after this red line, another beautiful run up. So they are speculating this year after this. Well, we're experiencing a little dip right now right here, but we could experience a beautiful run up after this event, and that would be perfect. That would set up so nicely from this dip. Excellent buying points in some of these cryptocurrencies right now, have a beautiful run up and set up very nicely for the summertime. So that's kind of where my mind is at right now. I'm not really looking at the current stage of cryptocurrencies. I'm looking at a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a year from now. I don't necessarily target in on the price movement at the given day unless I am trying to make a position into a cryptocurrency, but not necessarily trading my cryptocurrencies around. So let me know down below what you guys think is personally going on with the market. Is it South Korea? Is it Mt. Gox? What is going on with the market right now? If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button for everything crypto related, and I will catch you guys in the next.